everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Easter even. So hopefully everyone had a nice long weekend. Whilst we're waiting for everyone to come, I'm just trying something. Hi, Jean. So you haven't missed anything. I'm just trying something. Because I haven't had a lot of time to practice. I want to make sure this works, and then I'll give everyone the measurements. Did you have a good Easter? Hi, Glenda. Hi, Renee. Oh, I didn't think that worked there. Did we all have a nice Easter? So I'm about 1/8 of an inch out. Okay. But is it just from my measurements or not? Right. So I'm trying to make a box here for something. But we might get started and see where everyone is at. Just let me, hopefully everyone joins in. That's 6.5. Oh, that's the 6.5. I screwed up. Right. Okay. That's my fault. My fault. Okay. So we'll wait till Megan shows up. Hopefully she shows up before I do the box. But I've got some cards to make as well. We're going to make them with Turtel-y Awesome. So I thought we would do, because last week's card was so popular, we do the same layout with turtles. Everyone else has forgotten that I'm on live tonight too. Oh, I need... You went to see your grandkids. Oh, that sounds like fun. Jean, did the Easter Bunny find them? All right. So this is using that painted, 3D painted embossing folder as last week's. Oh, thunder. I thought the storms had gone. That was a little bit noisy. And this is using the Turtel-y paper. Hi, Lisa. Are you back now, Lisa? Hi, Janice. Hi, Glenda. All right, now we need a stamp. Hope your birthday is totally awesome. Yes. Back to reality. That's right. I'm thinking the same thing about going back to work tomorrow after having a couple of days off. Got lots of eggs. Well, that's what Easter's all about with the kids, isn't it? Hope your birthday is totally awesome. I need my... Well, I had a lovely long weekend. Friday spent it with the in-laws, and my husband busted his stitches. He had stitches for getting a skin cancer cut out, and we were helping put the roof on a pergola. Hi, Megan. Pergola at the in-laws place, so at our investment property. And Adrian busted the stitches then. So, but that was pretty much all of Friday taken up. And then Saturday, I got my hair done and went and did the grocery shopping. Can I get the dyes? Can I get dyes? For these turtles, Jean? No, and he had internal and external stitches. We think he's only popped an external stitch. So there are dyes for these turtles. The dies cut out the 3 turtles that you stamp, and the balloon, which makes the guitar as well, and some accessories and things like that, which then do cut out some of the turtles on the paper as well. So I've hand cut these turtles because there's no, I'm using the music ones. There's no dies to cut out the music ones. But there is dies to, so this turtle here that's on his back, he will be cut out. No, the set from last week. The dinosaurs. Yes, do you want the bundle? So there's the stamp and dies? I can get that for you, Sue. Hi, Sue. Yes. So that was Friday. Saturday I did the groceries and got my hair done. So that was lovely. And then Sunday was yesterday. I took Hunter bowling and I won. I hate bowling and I really did try to lose, but the first game I was winning by a lot, and then the second game, because then my wrist was sore and my knee was sore, but Hunter got a bit tired too, so we both kind of waned in the second game. But then we went on the arcade and played some arcade games, and then we went to Max Brenner and had fondue for 2, chocolate fondue. And then the lady goes, now there's a public holiday surcharge today, is that okay? And I said, I don't know that I have a choice about it, so why are you asking me if I'm okay? And she just goes, ha ha. And I'm like, okay. I don't know why you ask people. I get why you charge it, but I'm not okay paying it, but I'm here. If you gave me a choice, I wouldn't want to pay it. Okay, so we're going to stick the turtles on there. They're just going to be flat there, and then they're going to have their legs popped up. So we're going to need thin. And then today I had a craft day with my friend Carrie. So I've organised May's class. We are doing a stamp set class. We haven't done a stamp set class for a long time. We are using this stamp set. How nice is this? Oh. So I had so much fun making that today. Hunter came into my craft room before Carrie arrived. Goes, I've never seen your craft room so clean, Mum. I'm like, no, that's because I had to make room for Carrie. So that was good. Right, I'm making a box tonight, Megan, so that you can see how it's done and how I put it together. When's that? I haven't chosen the date yet. I think it is May 17. I haven't put it online yet. What's the Saturday then? This poor bloke's gonna have no hearing left with that right in his ear. Love it. Love it. Love it. You know I'm going to get lost with the maths. Well, I'm going to show you what I do. And I even, at the beginning of the video, I was still doing the last little bit of it so that I don't screw it up and confuse you. So it'll be right from word go. How did glue get in there? Oh, look at that. I like that. So that is the same layout as last week with the dinosaurs. There, I like that one a lot. And then we're going to do this one. Is it raining over the north side, Megan? A lot of rumbles here. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Oh, and look what else I did. I made some mini albums. I have to decorate them yet. So I made two of them. So one in the pink and one in the Calypso Coral. Using up some paper. And then I've made, using the mushroom paper as well. But I ran out. So we've got the green and then the pink, but I haven't finished the pink because I ran out of paper. Oh, I did these last night. After I scheduled all my posts yesterday when I came back from bowling. And I've moved all my Facebook Lives to YouTube, so I'm up to date on that because YouTube only keeps, Facebook only keeps them for 30 days. So I've been doing that for a couple of years, but I usually save them all up and do them all at once. I've done a thing on them before, Glenda, like a YouTube, Facebook thing They're quite easy to do. It takes, the way that I do them, it takes 10 bits of cardstock, 10 pieces of cardstock, A4 cardstock, and it takes 28 sheets of 6x6, which is unfortunate because if it took 24, then you could get 2 albums out of a pack of DSP. So you need 1 1/15 bit to get the 28 sheets to do the album. But yeah. And then they all have, these are all pockets, which is why then like I need some more paper in here to decorate that. So that's a pocket as well, so that you can then decorate that with more DSP. So if you got 2 packs of DSP, you'd use it all with the decorating the albums. And I haven't done that yet. I've just made the basics. But my wrist is a bit sore, A, from bowling, and B, from doing that, because Megan, I used 2 rolls of my double-sided tape. That's 50 meters a roll, so isn't it? I think they're 50 meters a roll. Yep, 50 meters a roll. So I used 100 meters of double-sided tape. All right, we need to stamp on this one. Let's stamp in pink. And, oh, I need my flowers back. Did you see my pictures that I put up? I made this thing this afternoon. I've got blisters on my fingers. So, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, but hot glue and I are not friends, and I've got blisters on my finger and my thumb. Wow, how many left in the cupboard now? No, I've only got probably 4, so, and I've got a few more albums to make, so I need to do an order. Where did my stamp set go? Am I looking at it? No. This one has to be It's Your Birthday Too, because we're doing cake. There is lots of rumbles. Lots and lots of rumbles. Good way to use up DSP, Glenda. Or I'm making them for a event. It's also a good way, like it's a quick album to do. Obviously, the more detail you put in decorations and stuff like that, that'll take a long time. But I whipped up those 4 last night. So, in maybe 2 hours, I was listening to some YouTube videos on the FLDS thing and people leaving that, and it's interesting. And that Warren Jeffs, it's very interesting. I got caught up in that in that last night, and probably crafted for a little bit longer than I had originally anticipated because I was so interested in that. But I just kept going. And I listened to everything on YouTube at 2 times the speed, so I listened to quite a few of those things last night. I made one of these fun folds. Well, I was going to do the measurements, and then I'm like, no, I did that last video, so that's why I just cut them this time. Megan, after showing you last week, I do love this. This is my most favoritist fun fold, because I love fun folds, but I like fun folds that use the same amount of cardstock that like a normal card front does. And this does that, because this bit that you cut off here is this bit here. I had another ice cream. There we go. And I think I've even used all my 2 3/4. Yes. I've even used all my scraps of my dimensionals. And I don't have any big dimensionals in here. Have to go to my stash. So I am thankful that it's only a short week going back to work, and I have Wednesday off, so I have an even shorter week because cross country got postponed. Although with all this rain, I hope we still have cross country on Wednesday. So that will be fun on Wednesday, cross country and colour run. And then we have Friday off, and I've got a couple of ladies coming to my Craft and Connect on Friday night. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, I cut this basket out of the DSP and I put a slit in it, and I'm having an ice cream hang out of there. We're going to pop that up too. And then I also cut out, the only thing I've used the stamp set for so far is the sentiments. I haven't stamped a turtle. Because the DSP is doing it all. That can sit there. And then this ice cream I also cut out of the DSP. It'll need a mini. Oh, I don't know whether it'll fit another mini there. Yep. Well. Oh. Somebody's car alarm's going off. There we go. There's our second card. So the turtles. Right, we need to, where did I put that stamp cleaner? Here. Clean these stamps. Because now we're going to get a box and make a box for Megan. And I'll show you how I do it. So I'll pop these away. I want to make a box for my bingo bopper. The rains are here now. Yes. Okay, so my bingo bopper, just clearing some space here. Because I'm going to need the room. My bingo bopper is 5 1/4 inches high and 1 3/4 wide. So I've tried to draw this to scale, but then I ran out of room up the top here. So I draw pretty much the shape that I want first, which was this square shape or this rectangle shape, which was 5 1/4 by 1 3/4. So I know that my bopper is going to fit in the box. Okay, so once you draw that, then you kind of got to imagine it. Okay, and so then on its side, then it is 1 1/4. So when you've got the box, when you've got the box, you've got to imagine that you need it to go right round. And have that fit in there, right? So when you're doing the measurements, you need to have it start on one side, so 1 1/4. Then on the flat side is 1 3/4. And then you need it to be on the side again is 1 1/4. And then you need it to be on the flat side of 1 3/4. And then you need this little tab to hold your box together, which I do as 1/2 inch. So that's how you get the measurements around this way. And then the box it's got to be 5 1/4 inches high. But then you need your flaps to close the box, right? And so you can do this any which way. If you have it that way, so all the bottom ones, so then you just add 1 1/4 because you need it to be the length, 1 1/4 onto all of that, and then you just score down those sides. And then the top, you can either have it closing the same way, if you wanted a little tab to come over the top or something, then you can just add another tab on the top, or this will just close the exact same way. Okay, so I'm doing it that it closes the exact same way. So then you sit there and you add your measurements up. So 1 1/4 plus 1 1/4 is 2 1/2, plus 5 1/4 is 6 1/2, no, 7 1/2, and then 1/4 is 7 3/4, which is that. And then you do the same with the sides. So 1 1/4 and 1 1/4 again is 2 1/2. And then this half over here is 3. So that's 3 1/2. And then 4 1/2, 5 1/2. And then 1/4 off this goes onto that. So then that's 6. And then so that leaves half. So 6 1/2. That's how I add up on there. So your box needs to be 7 3/4 by 6 1/2. So we're going to have, I think this piece should be enough. And then I always just test that out using scrap paper, which is why I had the blue cardstock out, because that is like Orchid Oasis or something, like a retired colour, and practice on that before practicing on a good piece. So we need 7 3/4. Oh, look at that. No, that's not quite. That's 7 3/4. 7 3/4 by 6 1/2. Now you need to, what I stuffed up on my first one was I thought the half was here. That's not the half. The half is just past this, which is why I ran out of room. Half. So then on the 7 3/4 side, you need to score at 1 1/4. Turn and flip. 1 1/4. How did you work out the score lines? Oh, so with the measurements you gave the other day, because you said you wanted the box a certain height. So that's, so instead of, because yours was going to be an open box, so you didn't have a lid on it. So I just said score how much you wanted the height of the box around all 4 sides, because you said the base needed to be this big. So I'll just score this first. So 1 1/4 by 1 1/4, and then on this side we need to do 1 1/4. So we flip that and we score 1 1/4. Then we need to add 1 3/4. So we go 1/4, 1/2, and 1. So that's at 3. And then we do 1 1/4. So we do 4 1/4. and then we do 1 3/4, so 1 1/2, 6 there. Okay, so now we burnish all our school lines. So you can pretty much make a box for anything, but sometimes you might need 2 bits of paper, and then you need to work out whether, so this is going to be an all-in-one box. I could do a box and then have a separate lid if you wanted. I don't want a separate lid. I'm making this an all-in-one box. So then you get your scissors and these little rectangle pieces here, because this is our flap that we're going to glue. So these little rectangle pieces here we don't need. So you can snip them off. And then once it's a good way to work it out by drawing a picture. Yes, I do try and do the picture. It's obviously harder to do sometimes when you, the paper's not big enough. So then you wouldn't be able to draw it to measurement type thing if you're trying to do like a big box. I just wedge or miter those edges, because when you're trying to do a square box, sometimes if your score lines aren't great, they'll be not line up properly. And then when I cut these flaps, I just pretty much cut the score line away. Just to get rid of some of that bulk. So you don't want to be cutting too much away, but you do want to try and cut away some of that bulk. Okay, and then we do the same with the top. Oh. And I obviously can't talk and cut at the same time. Okay, so there's our box, and we should be able to fold that over and it sit on there straight away. Right. Now we're going to decorate our box as well. So I like to decorate before we glue. Now, I've not done the measurements for the decorations, so we can work that out as well. Ooh. Okay, so we want a piece that's going to be, let's do 5 1/8 because I like to have a small border. So all our things are the same way, 5 1/8, and we will have a piece that is 1 1/8. We will have a piece that is, it's 1 3/4, 1 3, 1 5/8. Yes, 1 5/8 by 1 1/8 by 1 5/8. So they're the pieces over here. So this piece gets hidden. Then we don't decorate the bottom. And do we want something on the top? Yes, I want something on the top. So that will be 1 5/8 by 1 1/8, I believe. There we go. So where did the glue go? Over here. God. That is a really tight fit there. For the rest of them, I might cut a smidgen of the paper off. So small that I lost it in the crack of the paper. You could pinch the 2 rectangles at the top. You could. There's lots of different ways that you could close it. That's better. Just that little bit of a smidge. I know when Poodles does hers, if she pinches the top at the thing, she usually adds in a diagonal score line, especially when she does it with cardstock, to just make it a bit easier to, so the cardstock bends the way you want it to bend. And so we're going to have this piece is our top. Over here. I probably do need another flap on there. Oops. Okay, so and then just stick some tape on the bottom of that. Put my bopper in and close that. Now I have no intention of opening this before gifting it to the person. So there's that. And I have this little turtle already cut out. He fits in there nicely. And I'm going to do Sweet Friend. But do I have like a little tag? Where is sweet friend? Here. Right, tag. Now I truly am feeling like poodles. Pop that up. Is that going to fit? Yes. So the green one. And we have some of this green ribbon. Oops, sorry. I think we're just gonna hole punch that. Where is my hole punch? I don't know where my hole punch is. I need to get those 3 mini punches with the hole punch. I have a single hole punch somewhere, but I don't know where that is. Here. Ow. My crocodile will work. I think we'll need a bigger hole because it's fat ribbon. Sometimes struggle to use that crocodile because my hand feels like it's not big enough. Oh, could you bring them Friday night, Megan? I need to fit both of these 3. Come on. Oh, 2's a tight fit for this fat ribbon. This ribbon's a bit fat for this. And it frays a little bit. Okay. And so stick that on. We're going to stick that with dimensionals. Only because that ribbon's so fat. I'm sticking 4 on there. And he's cute. Now obviously he's going to hang off a little bit, so you don't want to stick tape on where he's not going to hang off because he's a bit fat with the drum. Oh, and then there is some of these green gems, Turtel-y gems. That I haven't used yet. Oh, nearly threw them everywhere. Oh, I like them. They're shaded spruce, and these like soft sea foam. These are greeny apple green, and then they're like hexagonal, and they feel like gel. They feel a bit weird. Oh, I like him. He's cute. Right, so we made things. These ones need some bling too. They'll probably have to have the white bling. This doesn't look real white when it's on there. I think it's a really light green. It's alright, the turtles are green. Oh, I like them a lot. So that is using the turtle. Did you not emboss? I did get the turtle embossing folder. I should have used that on the background there. I was trying to recreate the dinosaur card that I did last week because I loved it so much. So, but the turtle embossing folder would look good on that too. I should have used that. I'll have to do another one now, Megan. So, well, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content. And I look forward to seeing you next week. And hopefully these storms don't do too much damage. They're sounding very nasty. But, yes. So, and I'll see the ladies coming on Friday night to my Craft and Connect. And I'll have the details up for my class, Lisa, sometime soon. But I think it'll be this May 16, 17. So the next class is on this stamp set where you're going to get a stamp set in the class, which I haven't done for a while. But I'm very excited with the cards that I made for it. So thank you everyone, and I hope to see you next week.